Okay, what I do with something like this to solve, and I don't know what that is right there, so ignore it, is like all you guys, I'm not a huge fan of fractions either, so they drive me crazy. So what you do to clear the fractions is you multiply every single fraction by a least common denominator. And there's a whole bunch going on here, but remember, if you just multiply all the denominators, that is a least common denominator. So that's one way to get a least common denominator. You might notice something here that you could pull a 3 out, and then this would be x plus 1, but I'm not going to go crazy and do anything with that because of the way things cancel. So what this says to do is it says to take each one of these, if I can get this to work. So I have 3 over x plus 1. I am going to multiply that by x plus 1 times 2 over 3x plus 3. And because remember with algebra, if you do the same thing to every term, it's not changing it. And then I have minus 5 over 2. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to multiply it by x plus 1 times 2, 3x plus 3. See if I can get all this to fit. And then finally this last piece, so equals 2 over 3x plus 3. And I am going to multiply that by my least common denominator, which is x plus 1 times 2 times 3x plus 3. And hopefully you're having an aha moment to see what happens. That cancels, that cancels, that cancels, that cancels. If you're not having the aha moment yet, what happens here, and I'm going to rewrite everything with what, and get rid of what canceled, I no longer have fractions. Yes, this might be big and it might be ugly, but I no longer have fractions, and that makes me happy. And so 2 and x plus 1 times 2. And now from here, it's just a bunch of multiplying, right? So that's going to be 6. That's going to be times 3x. So 6 times 3x, 18x. 6 times that 3, 18. I'll do this one in a little bit more steps. So that's going to be minus, I'm going to do it like this because I don't want to lose that negative sign. So all of this is being minused. So I said minus, subtracted, you know what I mean. So 5 times x, 5x, 5 times 1 plus 5. And then I still have 3x plus 3. And then over here, I can go ahead and do that's 2 times 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Can you tell I haven't had my coffee yet? 2 times 2 is 4 times x, 4x. 2 times 2 is 4 times 1 plus 4. And I just keep going. So 18x plus 18 minus all of this business. So I'm going to FOIL. That's going to be 15x squared. That's going to be 5 times 3 is 15x. That's going to be plus 5 times 3 plus 15x. And that's going to be plus 15. And I get equals 4x plus 4. And now I could probably combine these, so I'll just do it kind of right here. So that's 30x. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute this negative because I told you I was worried about it. So negative 15x squared minus 30x minus that 15 equals 4x plus 4. And then probably should try to get things combined and all that kind of good stuff. So I see an 18 minus 30. So 18 minus 30 is going to give me negative 12x I see an 18 minus 15, so that's going to be plus 3, minus 15x squared equals 4x plus 4. Now, when I see I have a quadratic, but I see it's negative, and I know I might be able to factor or something, or whether I'm going to use the quadratic formula, I like to move it to the other side so it's positive. And so I know this side, I'm going to add 12x, I'm going to subtract 3, I'm going to add 15x squared to this side over here. So plus 12x minus 3 plus 15x squared, just to make it with that quadratic look to it. So I have 15x squared. I lost my place. Right here, I have plus 16x and then plus 1 equals 0. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't really see a way to factor this. So I am going to throw this into the quadratic formula. So let me see if I can just grab this, because I'm going to need to go to another page. There we go. And so my quadratic formula, remember the quadratic formula, this is ax squared plus bx plus, oops, I don't know how that got up in the air. Remember, I told you, no coffee yet. Bx plus c. And so my quadratic formula is what? Minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So I just start plugging everything in. So I have a minus 16 plus or minus the square root of 16 squared minus 4a c all over 2a. And from here, I probably would pick up a calculator and say 16 squared minus 4 times 15 times 1 is, ooh, how nice, 196. You'll see why I said how nice. 196, and of course this is 30. You know why I said how nice? Do you know what 14 times 14 is? So that's minus 16 plus or minus 14, because square root of 196 is 14, because 14 times 14 is 196, divided by 30. And remember, you do this business here. You do negative 16 plus 14 over 30. And then you do negative 16 minus 14 over 30. And of course, I am going to get negative 2 over 30, or negative 1 over 15. And then in this next piece here, I'm going to get what? Negative 30 over 30. And I get these two answers. Now, you think you're done, but you have to be very, very careful. You have to go back to your original problem, meaning all the way back here. And remember, my two answers were x equals negative 1/15 or x equals negative 1. Do you see a problem with plugging in a negative 1 right there? Ooh, I see a big problem. So no, Bruno. So that means this is my only answer. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of algebra to solving this, and then using the quadratic formula. Sometimes you get lucky and it's something you can factor, but you can throw things in your calculator pretty fast. But the bigger key is when you get your answer, I mean, you really should be plugging these in to see if they check, because again, you have your calculator, but to be sure that both of them, if both of them can be the answers.